The construction industry accounts for 30 to 40% of world's total energy and resources. It also accounts for world's 40% of total carbon emission.
But what the building is no more in use? It is to be dismantled?
According to the Indian statistics, we generate an estimate of 150 million tons of construction and demolition waste every year.
That is a huge number. Yet people ignore the reality by turning their faces away. And hardly there are people who are ready to use this C&D material.
People believe that building with used material is considered inferior to building with new material, even unhealthy and inauspicious. You know about the stereotypes.
Can we change this perception? Can you imagine our new way of building?
Surely. Back then, it was widely acknowledged that a house is best built when the materials are found in the 5-mile radius around the house.
In the salting summer's heat, it can be very difficult to eat a meal inside.
Where else can we sit though? The most promising location was right in front of our eyes and yet concealed.
The site has its own beauty, wrapped in some challenges.
The canopy of the trees added aesthetics to the location, whereas there was a lot of tasks to be done. So we rolled up our sleeves to get on the site, and there we start with site analyzing.
Talking of the solar path, wind direction, and topography of the site, we sat together
and carried forward to the design process. But wait. What about a treasure hunt, where our treasure was waste? So we searched around the campus and were lucky enough that we got our hands on the university waste before its disposal.
Now here is our material, and that's our site. Storming our brains and sketching them on paper always ends with some good design.
So for this to happen, we conducted a workshop, got our teammates to the site, made them sit at different places and asked them to sketch their imagination on paper. How do they want the site to look after?
We got so many sketches and so many ideas.
But the thing was, out of all of them, we had to get one single design. So we get a group of 6 people who sat together and worked out the designs, and we came up with this one.
So for the west side, as you can see the hand which is in a protective gesture trying to keep us safe, we thought of creating a wall which symbolizes the hand and protect us from the sharp radiations from the western sun. The wall is made up of rat-trap bond because we all know that it uses 25 to 30% less material while maintaining a good strength. And it will be plastered with earth, our ultimate mother, trying to keep us cool and maintaining the thermal comfort. For visual connection and better circulation of wind, we have given brick jalis.
In this whole project, we were the architects, masons and laborers. Most of us have never done the construction work, so it took almost twice the time the labor would take to complete the same amount of work. Nonetheless, we finished it learning, experiencing so much.
It was the first time when we really got the glimpses of what architecture actually is. How to coordinate with your teammates, how to manage the mistakes when you don't really have the skilled labor, how to manage stress when your deadlines are approaching. The process of making several mistakes and correcting them took a little time but was enjoyable. One thing I personally want to highlight being a member of this project, when we were constructing on site, there were many people coming out of curiosity, and I remember one person who was probably the staff member of the university. He asked about what we were doing, how we were doing, and all about the costings. He was a little shocked and shamed to confess that if we being the students
with not so much fund in our pockets, could build the structure by our own from the discarded material, then why can't he do the same? Why was he working days and nights, risking his health for a fully concrete structure, majorly for the aesthetics? And that time we felt like the objective of wearing people is finally fulfilled.